Precisa ferir a pressão, medir a glicemia ou tomar uma vacina? Na Drogasil tem exames, testes e calendário vacinal completo. E o que é melhor, tem sempre uma Drogasil aí perto de você. É fácil, prático e rápido. Dá para ir entre uma música e outra. Procure nossos farmacêuticos. Quanto mais você conhece o que a gente faz na Drogasil, mais você se cuida.
Talking about the ground.
Take two. Good afternoon. It's been a long take before we'll get to that in a minute. It was a long drive down here, Robert.
Watch out! It was a very long drive. It was the drive to Endell. It was the godmother of all drives.
Yeah. If you envision, dear listener, you know the scene in Austin Powers where the henchman's about to be run over by the steamroller, and it takes an absolute week and a half to get to him, but he doesn't move. That's probably how fast we seemed like we were going at times.
Yep. It was kind of like you felt like going, it's 104 miles to Chicago.
Yeah.
We got a full tank of gas, whatever. But the point is, one of them. It was like it's going to be a long old drive,
isn't it? Just, and I'll tell you what, that's a very tall centre half captain they have there, isn't it? The number 5.
Yeah, there's some big fellas on the pitch.
Yeah. So we are at the Memorial Ground for the home of Farnham Town. Isthmian League level, along with the Dockers, for today's FA Trophy game. Steve, I believe this is the first time Erith have ever played in the FA Trophy.
I believe you're right, yes. It's a new experience for us. But it's the first time for everything, and we're kicking uphill. If we can keep a lid on it in the first half, being a second half side as we always are,
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm liking that, normally you have your stands, your North Banks, the Shed End, the Coldblow Lane, the Pepper Army stand.
Yeah, the Pepper Army stands.
Look at the size of those sausages that are on display.
Yep, that's an absolute blinder. I love it.
Absolutely. I'm here also with Cliche Chris. Hello, Chris.
Afternoon, dear listener. All I'm going to say is if Colo Salami gets on, I can see him running and diving in that stand to celebrate.
Salami, Pepper Army, other 6-inch sausages are available on display. Talking of more than 6-inch sausages, Steve, are we having a good day so far?
We could be in a bit. No. So James was just getting on his left foot there.
Erith Town in the yellow and black. That's come towards me. If that comes to me, I'm going to header it. No, I'm not. Erith Town in their traditional away yellow and black kit. Farnham, the home side, in their claret and blue stripes, white shorts and claret socks. And,
Very Burnley-esque, isn't it?
I'm liking the confidence that the players have in themselves that their names are on the back of the shirts, meaning they're going to be here for quite a while.
Well, we're hoping so anyway.
Yeah, for their sake it is. But nice little ground here. As I say, we're behind the goal. There seems to be a main stand there. A nice lot of painted walls, as we can see there, that backs onto some houses. And I'm quite liking the setup. Rob, I believe that you're our non-league chip graph or table. There's a new leader.
Yeah, absolutely. The Farnham Town loaded fries, or dirty fries, as the
dirty fries.
Yeah, or as the lovely lady who served me called them. They were fries, clearly. Loaded with
off the floor,
loaded with cheese sauce, pulled pork, and crispy onions. And by crikey, did they hit the spot?
Yeah, bargain at £18.50.
No, $4.95. I thought it was $4.95. Well spent, to be fair. It was, it's a complete meal.
Very good. Nice little bit. While we're talking about chips, some lovely football there from Erith Town. 1-2, some 1-2s backwards and forwards. Goes back to the Farnham goalkeeper. Some lovely movement on the right hand side. Cross comes into Harry Taylor. But it's about 3-4 minutes in. Good, lovely start.
Yeah, very nice. Really nice bit of football being played there. Harry was unlucky. It was well defended, but
absolutely,
really, really nice.
Absolutely. And as always, we will check in when anything happens. Up the Dockers. Another thing for a second week running, it's another healthy attendance from the home side here today, Rob.
Yeah.
Healthy.
It is healthy. Less than I thought it was going to be, based on the amount of hype that Farnham Town get over how they do things. And they do. Don't get me wrong, they do things well, but I was expecting more. But it is a nice, healthy number of people for a rainy Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. For those who know the sort of local artiste in South East London who paints all the big signs, like the sort of place sign with the arrows, you think of Plumstead, you think of Eltham. They've got one at Millwall, the Den. They seem to have a similar-ish style behind the goal with the Farnham painted on the wall. But I like what they've done here, Rob, in all seriousness. You know, it's surrounded by houses if you have a look, but it's still very much its own little thing here, isn't it? It's not like, you know, some grounds we went to last year, not naming names, but where they were just like in the middle of fields backed onto houses.
Yeah, no, they've made it into a proper little football ground, which is nice, you know, crowd all the way around it as far as I can make out. And yeah, they've turned it into a proper little home, which is what I want. They've got the right colours up, they've got the advertising hoardings, they've got, you know, TV gantries. They've obviously got designs on big things.
With the clock end behind us.
The clock end behind us, yeah, the clock end
up there.
Yep, absolutely. I like that. Oh, cross comes in from the right hand side from Farnham. It catches the Erith hand side a little bit off guard there and goes across goal. Long ball played up towards Harry Taylor, who gets another hit. He's doing so well with winning these early headers this season. Nice touch inside, good tackle as well. Lovely crunching tackle by Harry Taylor on the 6th. They're looking for a foul. I'm not sure what for. Leo Mazzone slightly off pace there as Farnham win the ball in the midfield. Just play it down the line, they run through, they've beat the Erith back line. Ryan Mahal comes over and the ref gives the free kick for no advantage there. Probably sensible decision there from the referee. A bit of sliding around there, need to just get a foot on the game a little bit.
Yeah, it's we started off really brightly, and now we've let them into the game, which we shouldn't have done really, but you know, it's going to happen. So anything we can do to kill them getting any kind of momentum is good. It'd be nice to go beyond the first round of this.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, financially, it would be great. Headed clear from the free kick there by Ryan Mahal. Milo tries to get a clearance away, but it's just not far enough. Ball now gets the halfway line. Hayden Bullis, that's the one. I was going to call him Bullard then. Hayden Bullis there runs and does well to close it down.
Bullard,
yeah. And when he's had a night out, Bullard is mullered. But yeah, it's been a good start so far, Chris. Pretty good for opening 9 minutes.
Not bad. I mean, not much between the two teams. They haven't caused us any problems in behind. We've had a few touches in their box, but most of the game's been played in midfield at the moment. But a decent start from Erith, I think. I like the formation. I like the shape. Young Hayden in there with Milo and yeah, kind of a 4-3-3, maybe a 4-4-2
It looks like a 4-3-3, doesn't it?
Very much a 4-3-3, I think, with James Dyer sort of switching between the two behind. But Harry's lively up front, absolutely just got sold by the keeper, mind you.
And to be fair to Harry, he's smirking there.
He is, yeah.
He's having a laugh there. It's either laugh or cry, Harry. Don't worry, mate. We've all been there. Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, you're right there. He is getting right involved. It still remains 0-0, 10 minutes in. Opening 12-13 minutes, and I have to say that, but that JJ, as he is affectionately known by the opposition, not our old JJ, the new JJ, is finding a lot of space on that left-hand side.
He is. The most worrying thing is they keep running through the middle of us. Like our defence, they keep splitting our defence, and then they end up clear through in the middle. And don't get me wrong, there's been some absolutely fantastic last-ditch tackles to get us out of trouble, but it can't go on. We're going to have to get a grip of that, because otherwise, you know, that's going to be their way home.
Yeah, and it's a weird. It's a bit odd. I don't know about you. It's a bit odd seeing Tom Ash out at left back when he was right back for the majority of last season, or centre half, and Ryan Mahal on the left of the two central defenders.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just trying to confuse him, but they've confused me.
Yeah, well, you know, there we are.
That's when we're going forward and we're pumping balls long. You just saw there Louis being beaten by the big centre half. They've got to start dragging the centre half out, trying to get him out of position, play more down the flanks towards Harry and Louis. Drag the guy out a little bit.
The thing is, for me, is like Louis Clark. Obviously, you know, we sound like a broken record saying about his injury last season, but he's had a fantastic pre-season. He's done really well. He's done well when he's come on. But one thing he's not blessed with is height, and that's no disrespect to the boy. But any high ball, you're not going to get anything playing a high ball up to Louis Clark. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So
especially when their number 5 is what, 6'5" at least.
Yeah, I mean he's a big boy. I mean he makes Harry Taylor, who's not a short lad, look reasonably
he's
small.
6 inches taller than Harry Taylor, and he's at least a foot taller than Louis Clark. So long balls up top, it's not going to work in this game.
I think what we need to do is get like Hayden and Milo on the ball a bit more. from what we saw from Hayden last week and in his opening 15 minutes, Hayden's fantastic with the ball. His feet can knock it around. We all know what Milo can do. You know, everyone, it seems like everyone in the South East knows what James Dyer can do on the ball. Get the ball on the floor. Would you agree, Chris? Get the ball on the floor.
The ultras, I could not hear a thing. I'll get the goal. Of course, yeah. I mean, most teams play better when they play on the floor, but you've got to mix it up. You've got to do things different. You've got to vary, haven't you? I mean, obviously, we want to get better plays in. Louis Clark, you've got to play those balls in. He's playing on the shoulder like this. Can he find a little...
Oh, it's unlucky from Louis there. It's unlucky stuff.
James Dyer, he's better with his feet. You know, he's not going to do much with his head. Yeah, 1 in 10 he might. You know, obviously Harry Taylor, you're looking for the balls, the crosses. You know, and you know he can shoot from 25 yards as well. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we're a lot better with the ball on the floor, but I do think you have to mix it up. You don't want to be predictable.
Yeah, absolutely. Remains 0-0. 27 minutes in. I think they're splitting the midfields too easily for me today, Rob.
Yeah, it's that. As I said earlier on, they're going splitting our defence really easily. They're getting right down the middle really, really easily. Every chance they get goes down the middle, and we're not doing anything to kind of cover it. We're just staying where we're. I no doubt we've been instructed to do, but we keep coming down the left. They take it off us, throw it into the middle. There's no one there.
Yeah. I don't think it's been a horrendously bad start, but it's that tightening up. I mean, we're standing behind the goal now, so we can see bits and pieces here and there. 1-0. Like I say, you're behind the goal, so you can see it more. But would you say that was coming, Chris?
Absolutely. I wouldn't say we was under complete pressure, but they've had the better clear-cut chances. They split our defence open a few times down the middle. So, yeah, I mean, you could say, you could arguably say they deserve probably the lead. One thing I will comment, and I'm not sure, and Woody seems to be doing the same thing that I noticed. There's an Erith player down, I can't make out who he is from here, but he went down before the corner was taken, and the corner's landed on the player he should have been marking, and they've scored from it. Milo looks like he was remonstrating. Milo's been booked. Woody's really angry with the lino. He's not saying stuff. See, look, you can hear it. You can hear from there we had a man down. And to be fair, I'm not saying it's one of those where you hold your head when the ball's in play, but he was down before the corner was kicked.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, and I taking all that on board, you have to play to the whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I'm not finding excuses. What I'm saying is that the guy who did score the volley on the far post, you would think would be marked. Yeah, exactly. His marker's on the floor injured, but
if it was the other way around, would we be doing anything different? Or
no,
we would have happily taken the goal.
No, hold your head next time. 1-0 to the home side.
A long way to come to watch us fall apart.
Yep, 2-0 in 32 minutes. The ball comes in from the right-hand side on the floor and cold in the top corner. Steve, we'll go back to that 19 in a minute, but that's sloppy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just gone to sleep for 5 minutes, and that could be very costly. We wanted to go in either on level terms or only one down, and come out the second half playing downhill the way we often can. But we've just gone to sleep, and we're a little bit all over the place.
I think they're giving us a chance to give us 2 footballs to kick off with. Oh, hang on, one Dice kicks one off. But yeah, it's a great finish. Tommy Taylor's got no chance, Chris.
No, it's a good finish, but could you cut out the cross beforehand? Could you put more pressure on the ball in? You know, they sort of left him. But yeah, caught cold in a couple of minutes, really.
Absolutely. 2-0 to the home side, 32 minutes in. I tell you what, we were saying about the uphill struggle in the first half due to the pitch. It's a metaphorical uphill struggle now, being 2-0 down. It started with promise, but it's just petered into a little bit of nothingness. This last sort of 10 minutes, it's been somewhat chaotic.
We haven't been good, let's face it. You know, we're letting them have the ball. We're pretty much, they're running around the pitch at will. I don't know if it's shape, I don't know if it's decision making, I don't know if it's instructions, I don't know what it is, but we started really brightly, then we fell off. They had numerous chances to get in. They finally took one, and then we had 10 minutes where we just fell apart. And that's been the story of the last 15 minutes of the game. Is they are all over us like a cheap suit.
Well said, and I mean, like we were just saying it off mic a moment ago, and in the nicest way. You know, we've been covering this side now. I mean, this is the 63rd, 64th episode now, so it tells you how many we've done. This is things that we've not done on recording as well. You know, when we've looked at pre-season games and training bits. I think we're kind of struggling to see with Ashford. It was you knew where everyone was. I'm not sure whether it's because we're standing in a different position of the pitch, but we're struggling to see what the midfield job is in the nicest way, Chris. You've got some immensely talented players there. Milo, as we just said off mic, on his day, he's one of the most gifted players in the whole side. James Dyer, Leo Mazzone, who's come in and done well. Hayden, who's just come in from Leyton Orient, who's actually doing quite well out there today in his first half. But we're struggling to see the shape and the system.
Yeah, I think they're playing kind of a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-3-3, but a bit of a diamond, Dyer being the most advanced. But look, who knows? Goals change games, don't they? It's given them more impotence about them. There's a little bit more spring in their step. And I think, the last 10 minutes have been hard for Erith after those 2 goals. We like coming from 2 down, so, we'll win this 3-2, second half.
Oh, well, do you know what? That is an optimism we like here. A couple of minutes to go now until half-time. We're in the 47th minute. AJ Dive has made his way onto the field for Raheem. Ball now goes out for a throw. James Dyer's about to take. Well, he's about to take, but, there doesn't seem anyone who's willing to get it off him. AJ Dive now about to take it. Again, we're coming into the 47th minute. Half-time whistle should blow any minute now. I can't see there's been many stoppages, really, except for the goals and the substitutions. If you're Adam Woodward, you're reasonably happy with how the half started, into a degree. But, like you say, Rob, that first goal goes in. Controversial or not, it's still in and it still counts. But, it all fell apart relatively quickly after that.
Yeah, it did, and it seems to have affected us mentally. It's just, we've literally, it's like we've forgotten how to play football and we've never met each other before, and it's really strange because we're not normally like that. What got us through last season, won us 3 cups and got us promotion, was the fact that we were together, and we would knuckle down, do the work that's needed, etc.
Milo with the ball, plays a nice curl across into the box to 5, reads it well, drops to James Dyer on the head, too long on the ball. Dyer, he was looking for a shot, but was there a call for a man on James Dyer? Yeah, with a frustrated lunge, to say the least, which again isn't in his character, James Dyer. And he rightly checks if the man's okay. That shows the testament of the man. We're into the 48th minute now of the half. And if
I was Woody at the moment, I'd be sitting there thinking, I can't wait to get this lot off so that I can have a go and sort them out, because I don't know what it is, but it's application.
I think there needs to be a reset, don't there?
We need to. They need to sit down and sit there and go, right, we're better than this. We are better than this. We've watched us play teams above us all last season, and we were better than them, and we're better than them now. But for some strange reason, I don't know what it is, whether it's mental or what, but we are not at the races at the moment, and we should be. We should be given as good as we get from everyone, and we're just not.
Okay, I'm going to say something now that any listener of Erith fans, Steve, do you know what? Everyone likes you, Steve, so if you say anything controversial, they won't mind. Would you say Farnham have really got out of second gear so far?
No, not really. You can see that they've got more in the tank, and at half-time, Woody's got to shake them up. I'm not saying we got to the stage yet where we're playing for pride, but we've got to do the basics a lot better. And we've got to keep the ball on the floor where we look dangerous. There's no point in pinging it up to the boys up top high, because they're going to be beaten every time. But we've seen turnarounds before. Woody's managed to make some additions and some changes, and we come out in the second half. And how many times have we seen us turn it into a completely different second half? So let's just keep the faith.
Absolutely. Up the Dockers, 2-0.
They're a bit far behind, aren't they? I mean, they've got 1-0 so far.
Second half's only literally just started, and a penalty's been given to Farnham.
Yeah, stupid way to start the game. Make yourself 3 goals down straight away. Tommy Taylor goes the right way. We can't get anywhere near it.
Goal scorer for Farnham Town, number 7.
We've got a very, very long uphill battle for the rest of the afternoon. In fact, it's going to be a very long afternoon unless we can get a very quick goal back into it.
Yeah, this is not going the way that we want or we expected at all. We're only a minute in, not even First minute in, and it is what it is. 3-0 to the home side, and this is not.
This is a side that got beat 4-2 by Sittingbourne the other day, and if they got beat 4-2 by Sittingbourne, we're going to get absolutely beaten to death by them when we go and visit
Well,
them.
let's just take this as a bad day at the office, and we'll get this half out of the way, see how it goes, and then we regroup.
The one saving grace for me is it's a cup game, and ultimately it doesn't really matter. I'm more concerned with staying in this league for next season.
And the chips were good.
Yeah, and the chips were good, but I'm more concerned about being in this league next season. So if we lose another cup game, we lose another cup game. It's a pain, but it's not the end of our world. Whereas if we'd played 3 league games and lost them all, I'd be much more concerned. So there is that. Ultimately, none of it matters. But
some nice football there from Farnham. Sorry to interrupt there, Rob.
Really moving the ball.
Some lovely 1-2 stuff. Sees the ball go on the right hand side. The 8's on the ball, crosses it in high towards the far post. Both Erith Town players miss it. It drops to the player on the edge of the box, who gets another crossing back across goal when it goes out for a goal kick. I'm going to shut it here. It remains 3-0. 2 substitutions there, Cola Salami and Ollie Milton on for Milo and Louis Clark. Do we agree with the substitutions, chaps?
Not entirely sure. I think Cola's got a bit more physicality than Louis, for sure, and he will bully them. He'll bully their defenders, but I'm not sure that Milo wasn't having a great game. Let's be honest, but then again, the way we're playing at the moment, I don't know that it's going to make a great deal of difference unless we can just get hold of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say that, a Farnham player dances through both. Farnham players dance through both Ollie Milton and AJ Dive. Get a shot, and you can hear the screams for handball. Chris, you thought it was handball?
No, not at all.
Good, well said. But no, Chris, back to the substitutions and the formation change. What do we think?
I don't think it's a formation change. I think it's like for like, pretty much. I think you'll find Ollie will play up front, kind of, with Harry. Might drop back a little bit. There might be a change, and I think, Colo's going to play out on the right, but I still think there's kind of 2 attacking midfielders for 2. It may well be that they drop a little bit deeper than Harry. Harry is the leading sort of man, but and the 2 in midfield still. So I think very similar to what they were doing before, just change of personnel.
Yeah, and to be fair, to me, I know what you're saying there with Ollie there, but it seems to me like it's like a sort of 4-2-4, or maybe even or the 3
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Yeah, I was just going to say with a 3 just behind Harry. Long ball played up to Harry Taylor there, but he's absolutely marshalled out the box by 3 players.
I think Ollie will drift into midfield, and you'll find same with Colo, but you've got to go for it, haven't you? They've got to try and get their goal and go from there.
Absolutely. Remains 3-0 to Farnham.
They've added to their team.
Free kick to Farnham just on the edge of the box after a bit of a soft foul by Ryan Mahal. He went for the ball and caught the player there. The referee's about to blow, which he does. The 10 for Farnham takes a step back, hitting it towards the clock end. Is it what I call the clock tower end, whatever it is? Curls it round the wall and it smacks right into Harry Taylor. Do you know what? One of the positives from today for me is Harry Taylor. He's been everywhere, and I think even that sums it up there, don't you? That he's the one who blocks it.
Yeah, he's worked his socks off the whole game for very little reward, to be honest. But yeah, he's been there or thereabouts the whole game for everything.
Yeah, he has been brilliant today, Chris, and a player that you sponsor.
My son, you mean? Yeah, we do sponsor him. Yeah, I mean, you can't look. Things ain't gone his way for none of them, but what you can guarantee is you 110% out of Harry, and I think he's put that effort in today and been reasonably good. Won some of his battles. Can't say that about all the players, though.
Yeah, for me, he's not really done a lot wrong, but he's just really not had too many sort of chances to really express himself too much, Rob.
No, not at all. Every time he gets the ball up front, he's surrounded, and he's got no support. And when he's at the back, all we're doing really is damage limitation at this point in time. So, it is what it is, like you say.
Yeah, Steve, I just heard a rare moment of negativity from yourself.
It's just our first touch and the quality of passing today hasn't been there. Whereas Farnham have given us an abject lesson. They're comfortable on the ball. Their passing seems to be concise and sharp. But there you go. I mean, as if to illustrate it.
Yeah, Tom Ash there tries to play a ball out wide to AJ Dive. Thomas Ash, but it's cut out well there. And Colos, Harry Taylor, but again does well to battle to win it back.
He does win it back, yeah. He's playing.
A long box, Cola Salami, but the keeper headers it because it's on the edge of his box. Here's a question for you: poor Erith performance or too good Farnham?
Too good Farnham.
Yeah.
But we needed to be at our best today to give them a run, and we haven't been. It's as simple as that. We have played better than that. We know we can play better than that. But it's just back to the basics. It's first touch, it's passing.
Yeah, absolutely. Remains 3-0 to the home side. Fantastic moment of intuition and recovery from Tommy Taylor there, boys.
Tommy Toblerone.
Tommy Toblerone.
Yeah, geography not being his strong point, clearly. Finds himself out of his area, and but does well to juggle the ball a couple of times on his head before finally nodding it off to Ryan Mahal to deal with. More luck than judgment, but how we take it at the moment.
Absolutely. What do we think of that?
He always had it under control, never in doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Some people are just haters. Hello, hater.
Hater? He's good at head tennis, isn't he, Tommy?
Yeah. Long ball goes out wide to AJ Dive, and is cut out read superbly again by the Farnham player there on the ball. He plays it through to the 11. Fantastic ball, splits the defence. Thomas Ash with a great tackle there. Does well, plays it out wide now to Ollie Milton, who has a touch. Brings it down back to AJ Dive. Is he going to peel off? He is. But then it goes back to the Tommy Taylor in goal on his left foot and straight out for a throw. 3-0. We're coming towards the end of the game now. Tommy Taylor with a free kick on the halfway line towards the far corner towards Harry Taylor. Harry Taylor tries to get up well again, but he's beaten in the air. Ball drops to Tom Ash on the right hand side, who muscles his way basically further in field. Plays it out to Hayden there, Hayden Bullis, who crosses it in towards the far post. Harry Taylor again is on the far. He's headed up and he goes out for a goal kick. Again, I don't think you can knock Harry Taylor today. I think he's been brilliant.
He's worked hard, and when you get to this stage of the game, you're 3-0 down a couple of minutes ago, you're looking for the players that are still battling, come what may, and Harry's given it 100% today.
Change for Farnham Town.
He's had a good game, but he's had a good start to the season. But I think the thing is that when, as you say, you don't want to say we've chucked anything away, but as you've just saying there, Steve, it's 3-0 down. 5-10 minutes left to go. We ain't going to get anything. We're not going to get anything. So we need to look to Monday.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Monday's league game is important. It's a local derby to all intents and purposes, and it's a game that we should win. Whether it's on paper or on the grass, we should actually win that game. And, a result on Monday will put us into a completely different complexion on things for going into the next weekend.
Absolutely. Chris, I think you were right earlier on about a 3-0 game just being played out.
Just does that feel now, there could be another goal for them in it, we might even get a consolation, but I think the two teams are just playing this out. They're still...
the ball now drops to Farnham in the box. Number 10 has a shot. Tommy Taylor saves it. That should have been 4-0.
Could have been. Could have, should have, would have, but... just as a feel that both teams kind of know, Farnham know they've won this. It's been a canter for them, to be honest with you. Erith hasn't really been in the run-in since those sort of 2 goals within 2 minutes, and just ain't been our day today.
Absolutely. I think if I was Adam Woodward, I'd be disappointed. Not necessarily, the result's not great and the performance has been great, but for me, we've not really tested their keeper. We've not given him anything really to do. Any shots we have had have gone wide or over.
Yeah, we haven't, but that goes across the park. We haven't really troubled them anywhere across the park. They've had tons of time on the ball, as we've said over and over again. Even when we are going forward, as soon as we lose the ball, we all just back off and leave them to it, and they just take their time spraying it around until they get out. So testing their keeper is one thing, but just testing the entire back line, just making them all work for it. You lose 3-0, you want to at least think that the team that's beaten you has had to work hard to get that result, but they haven't had to work hard to get the result. The result's been coming since the first goal. So
yeah, and that was who you heard there was James Dyer getting booked for a little trip in the midfield on the halfway line. Not long to go now at all. Couple of minutes if that. And I think we could safely say that our first ever foray in the FA Trophy will end in defeat, 3-0. And I'll tell you what, not to be too doom and gloom, but we have a lovely little bit of ray of sunshine when we're standing under a shelter, but now we've got to walk into the open shortly. It's pouring. It looks like it's going to pour down.
Yeah, but it's like when we the drive here, it started raining 5 minutes after we left, and it stopped raining 5 minutes after we'd parked up.
Absolutely.
So it's about par for the course the way the day's gone.
Yeah, free kick now for Farnham just inside the Erith Town half, and big high and look towards the far post. met in the air, and there's a bit of a clash of heads there. Who's that? Who's down? Is that Tomash? Who's down? The Brian Silk sponsored Tomash. Yeah. Oh no, it's not Tomash. It's Harry Taylor. The Harry sponsored Harry Taylor.
Oh, is he down?
Yeah.
That's because he always puts his head in, I suppose. You know, he's back there defending, and he'll be sprinting up the pitch to try and win the headers at the other end of the pitch.
Absolutely. Again, I think he's had a great performance today, Harry. I know I've said it a few times. He's done everything you can ask of him. The ball's gone up high. He's winning them. He's getting involved. He's challenging. He's given everything. And you know, for a player who a couple of years ago was a few tiers below, he looks very comfortable at tier 4 level, Rob.
He does, absolutely does. He's been the one shining light at the moment. You know, I just think...
Oh, I thought Farnham were nearly through again then.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, sorry.
Oh, no, they're definitely ings of another mistake at the back, goes through. And again, Farnham should have made it 4. This is very sloppy. If you're Adam Woodward, you'd be tearing your hair out.
Yeah, but if you're the Farnham manager, you'd be doing the same thing because, you know, they should be 6-0 up home and hosed by now. So, you know, it's a good job they're shite.
Three 0. Final whistle goes, and that's it.
Absolutely,
It's a nice part of the world, if you want to take that positive.
Yeah, it was a nice drive down here, down the country lanes and all that. But you know, let's not try and kid ourselves that that was anything other than kind of rubbish, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really disappointing. You know, it's a long old way to come to not even put up a fight.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut this a little bit short because it seems like some players might be coming over soon. But ultimately, yeah, very, very disappointing day at the office. We'll obviously catch up with Adam Woodward on the social media YouTube channel. Big game on Monday against Phoenix Sports. Well played to Farnham, who, basically punished the mistakes and showed us how to play football. But Erith Town got the FA Trophy at the first time of asking. Up the Dockers.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.